Hey everybody, welcome back to Dental Unfiltered. I'm Matt Brown. I'm here by normal co-host Dr. Andrew Vallo. We have an awesome episode today. This is a subject I get excited about because I love seeing salespeople get their bonuses. Nothing at my companies gets me more excited than watching my team make more money. And this is about big treatment coordinator bonuses. And I've met Dr. Vallo's treatment coordinators, and they're all awesome. Somehow, uniformly, he creates awesome TCs. And I bet these awesome TCs earn some amazingly massive bonuses. I imagine they might be some of the best paid TCs in the industry. So Dr. Vallo, this was, most of the episodes we do on our show when we're together are your idea. Let's talk about big TC bonuses, man. You excited to write those big checks for your TCs? You like writing them? You get you have a pile of them on your desk, one for every 11 practices. I bet sometimes you write out $40,000-$50,000 in bonus checks sometimes to TCs total across everything.
Yeah, I mean our payroll's definitely crept up, but I mean obviously so has our revenue and I'm excited when our TCs get some big bonuses because it means that their offices are crushing it. Basically what I figured out a long time ago is I try to avoid doing too much with like increases in base pay because I mean obviously I want all of our team members comfortably paid from a base pay perspective, but like when you've got people that are rock stars, it's like you could dramatically increase their base pay, but then it's like they're getting paid like rock stars whether the office is performing or not, and you can have months where your payroll just goes insane as a percentage. So kind of my philosophy and the way that we do it in my group is like it's like, hey, you get a competitive base pay. And if you're a rock star, you've got the opportunity to really, increase that compensation with bonuses. And we've continued to add to them. So, we've got like a commission type bonus. So first of all, there's different layers here. So let me just real quick overview. We've got growth tracks for TCs. There's like level 1, level 2, I think, is it level 3 then senior, or maybe level 3 is senior? I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. But basically, we've got a couple different levels. They can progress through levels after 6 months of showing certain statistics like treatment acceptance and collections for their office and stuff like that. As they progress through the different tiers, they get a slightly higher commission percentage, which is a commission on the total collections for the office for the month. Actually, no, I apologize. The commission is based on total adjusted production for the office for the month. So and the reason we actually do that is because we often pre-collect dramatically, and then sometimes there's like refunds and stuff. So I'd rather give them commission based on when the dentistry is done and that money is realized. So that's why it's same way our doctors are commissioned, adjusted production. So that's one way they get a bonus. I mean, every TC gets at least a fairly strong bonus at least minimum, I would say $300-$400 commission bonus every single month. And some of them that are senior level TCs whose offices are killing it, I mean those commission bonuses alone can creep up over $1,000. Then there's also additional bonuses for being the top in different KPIs for the month. So, at this point we've got 11 offices. I think we've got, I don't know, ballpark 16 TCs across 11 offices. If you're the number one TC in treatment acceptance rate for the month, you get an extra bonus. If you're the number one TC as far as total collections for the month, you get an extra bonus. So we've got a couple different additional bonuses TCs can get for being the top of those KPI leaderboards. But the most recent bonus I added is actually the one I'm most excited about, and that's really what I'm here to talk about today. So we've had a really good stretch. My organization has essentially since last July 2025, we've collected right around or above $2 million every single month. So this was a huge step up for us. And actually the last few months, we've taken even another step forward. Because there was a stretch of like 6 months where it was like 1.95, 2.02, 1.90. So it's like we were like in that range. And now the last few months, it's been like 2.16, 2.08, 2.5. That was our biggest month ever in April. We broke two, it was just over 2.5. And then May we did 2.3. Maybe it was like 2.28 or something, but just under 2.3, I think, which was our second best month ever. So we're now at the beginning of June. We're in an awesome stretch, and I do think this recent extra bonus has helped. And the reason I instituted this was because even though we were doing well every single month, we were starting the months very slow. So what I noticed, and I think I've talked about this in another episode, but like I think it could be a combination of consumer spending habits. I think maybe people are a little bit more willing to spend at the end of the month when they know they've already met they know what money they have left over for the month, they know what other bills they've already paid. Versus the beginning of the month, I think maybe they're a little bit less apt to make that extra spending decision. And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. I do think part of it is my TCs though. I think at the end of the month, they're super focused on hitting their office goals, and they're like going the extra mile to close same day, cases and do their follow-ups well and all that stuff. Maybe working some extra admin time. And then I think at the beginning of the next month, they're kind of taking a breath and they're letting their foot off the gas. And I even said to them in a recent sales meeting, I said, I think maybe you guys are like tired at the beginning of the month. And I said, I understand that, but like we need to find ways to overcome that, because we want to carry that end of the month moment, that strong. And it's like every single month, it's like slow start, amazing finish, slow start, amazing finish, kind of slow start, really great finish. So I was like, we need to break this pattern. And so what I did, in addition to the other commission bonuses and leaderboard bonuses they can get every month, I added an extra $1,000 bonus per TC every single month. And what they have to do to get it, they've got their monthly office goal, which is based on their office and recent performance. And it's a step up. We want them to kind of reach for the stars a little bit there. So it's not a crazy step up. It's a reasonable step up. It's probably a number their office has done before. It's just, maybe not what they've done the last couple months. But they've got to hit the halfway mark of that goal by the halfway point of the month. So it's got to be a good total collections month, but they've got to be at least halfway there at the half. And the way I do the halfway point of the month is working days. So if they've got 20 is kind of a lot for one office because we're typically only open 4 days a week. If they've got 18 working days in a month, then after 9 working days, that's the halfway point. And at the beginning of each month now, I send every TC with the OM, with our executive team on the email, hey, Largo office, this is your goals for the extra $1,000 TC bonus. These are your number of working days. This is the collection number you need to be at by this date for the halfway goal. This is the collection number you need to be at by the end of the month for the total month goal. This is the average daily collections you need to shoot for if you want to hit these goals. So we did this for the first time in April. And surprisingly, even though April was our best month ever, none of our TCs hit that $1,000 bonus. We had a lot of them hit or exceed, most offices actually hit or exceed their monthly goal, but none of them hit the halfway goal because April was our traditionally slow start, and then it was like a world is on fire finish the last 2 weeks of the month. So, I was like, hey guys, look at where you finished. You all essentially could have gotten this $1,000 extra bonus if you had just started a little bit stronger. And they weren't missing it by a ton, but they were missing it by enough, whatever. So in May, I did the same thing, sent out the emails, and all of a sudden we got a slightly different response. All of a sudden 5 of our 16 TCs hit their halfway bonus and their end of month bonus. And I'll tell you what else. All 5 of those, or every single person who hit the halfway bonus hit the end of month bonus. So if they're putting themselves in position in the first half of the month to get there, you better believe they're going to finish the month strong and get that full bonus for that. The other thing is all 5 of those TCs, their office not only hit their monthly goal, they exceeded it by a significant amount. So when you ask, am I excited to write a bonus check for a TC? When it's that bonus in particular, I am very excited because I know it means they had a great month from start to finish. And so I just recently sent, it's beginning of June here, I sent out the June ones for all of our TCs, and I let them know. The 5 who did it, I said, congratulations, you were one of the 5 who did it. Let's do it again. Let's run it back. Here's your numbers for this month. And then the 11 who didn't, I said, hey, you had a great month, but we came up a little short, mainly with the first half of the month for most of them. Just so you know, 5 of your peers did hit their halfway and end of month goals and got that extra $1,000. And I said, I would love to give it to you this month too. Like, let's find a way to make it happen. So I'll be curious to see in June if that number goes up. I hope it does.
I like the idea of the mid-month bonus.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like little.
Well, again, they hit the mid-month, they still got to hit the end of the month. So like they're not guaranteed, they're not locking it in. It's not guaranteed. But at least from this,
but it gets them on track though.
Yeah.
It's like let's stop waiting. It's a fast start bonus. It's a fast start bonus that you get if you hit your real bonus.
Right.
I might change some stuff based on that. I don't think you're the greatest sales guy, but that's pretty smart, Andrew Vallo.
I'm not the greatest sales guy.
You know how to motivate people though.
Yeah, I've got some idea. Actually, you know what? Like truthfully, I'm not a great salesperson. And it's funny, like I don't think I would be. I've never really tried sales, but like here's the thing. I'll go in these TC meetings and I'll like role play sometimes with our TCs or with our CSO, and she'll be like, "Man, you should be a treatment coordinator." And I like laugh and I'm like, honestly, I don't think I have that personality to like I think I know maybe like the verbiage. I know what works. But like the personality to really be a good salesperson, I don't think I have it. I really don't, which is why I'm glad that I'm finding people that do, that can do it for us. But I do. I think, motivating your team, it's the same way, motivating the doctors, to hit bonuses. And yeah, I'm a big carrot over stick guy. So any way I can find to increase motivation, incentive. And I mean, like, let's be real, like lunch is great. I'm buying my whole organization. Every office is getting lunch on me this week because they helped with some other stuff. But I feel like stuff like buying pizza, it only goes so far. Like, let's be real. This is a job for people. They're providing for their families. And if they can help the business win, like we should reward them by helping them win in their own, personal financial goals. So it's great when we can have those scenarios where people can step up, they can help the office, reach new heights, and they can be rewarded, well for doing it too. So
I love the concept of the second, the first bonus qualifier and the second bonus. Like, so can I ask you a question real quick? So you might have said this, if I am the salesperson and I miss the mid-month bonus, so then all I get is my end of month bonus. So there's a dollar amount I'm missing. How big is the mid-month bonus dollar amount in relation to the end of month bonus? Like, are they equal? Is one half of the other? Like, how big of a difference does it cause?
So there is no end of month bonus if you don't hit the begin. So
it's a pure qualifier. You have to hit it. Okay.
Yeah, it's all or nothing, man. So they get their commission, which is a percentage of their total adjusted production for the office for the month. So they get that. They could potentially still get one of the KPI bonuses for being a leader in a KPI. However, if they're missing their halfway bonus, there's probably a good chance you're not going to be at the top of that leaderboard for the KPIs most likely. So like they'll still get their commission bonus, which again, depending on the office and the TC and their level and their commission percentage, it could range from, I would say low end is probably $350, $400, and high end is maybe $1,200. So they could still get a sizable bonus for the month, but they're missing out on an extra $1,000 that they could have like if they hit their end of month bonus, like that's the sad part. And we have people that do that, And again, in April, we had a lot of offices that did it. It's like, man, if you would have just done a little better in the first half, you would have got an extra $1,000. So, but like, here's the thing though, if they do hit their first half bonus, then they've got the potential to really light the world on fire that month. So it's like, even if you have an amazing second half, if the first half was kind of mediocre, like your ceiling is still capped a little bit. Whereas like, think about, we're raising the ceiling. If we can hit that halfway goal and then have an amazing end of the month, then we can really, and the thing is, there's still, even if they hit their halfway and their monthly goal and there's like 3 days left, they're still adding to commission bonus by getting more treatment on the schedule. They're still potentially getting the KPI leaderboard bonus. So there's still motivation to finish strong, even if they've already hit it. And the other thing is, there can be chargebacks that happen. So we don't, like, the bonuses aren't paid out right at the end of the month. All of our bonuses in our entire organization for all employees, including doctors, are paid the last payroll of the next month. So basically what happens is, at the end of June, that's when we go back and look at May's numbers and everything. And so I tell our TCs, like, you don't want to just barely hit your bonus, and none of ours did. They were all comfortably above it, but I was like, there may be chargebacks that happen that next month. And if you were, if let's say your monthly goal for your office was 250,000 and you finished at 253 and you have a $5,000 chargeback the next month, all of a sudden that number drops from 253 to 248 and you missed your bonus. So it's like, we should shoot to be comfortably above. Like, you want to be $15,000, $20,000 ideally above the bonus. So it's chargeback. So again, like, let's say they get to 250,000, there's 3 days left. Like, they're still motivated to add more collections so that they've got breathing room. So if there is a chargeback or two before the bonus is paid out, that it's not going to impact their bonus. So
I think it's really interesting to me, and we have to wrap it up here, is I think the concepts of sales bonuses in dental are alien and weird, and I don't want to do that kind of dentistry. When all the sales bonus do is get the doc doing more dentistry they actually want to do, because generally you need the salespeople for the rewarding modalities of treatment that are rewarding to you clinically. And they say this, and it's like, this is like an upgrade on just having performance-based pay. Like, the concept of performance-based pay in dental is like, oh, that's dirty. But it's not. You're getting more patients to treatment. You're getting more comprehensive treatment done, and you're being more clinically fulfilled. Stop sitting there and going, man, I bought this CBCT, this handpiece. I paid for the CE for implants. I placed 5 implants, and now I don't have any implant patients. No, you had implant patients. You had a weak TC who couldn't close them, who only closes crowns based on yearly insurance benefit. But then on the same side, you're saying, well, I don't want to do that kind of dentistry. I don't want to have a performance-based sales commission process. That's dirty. Well, guess what, dude? You already spent all this money on getting good at implants. This is the path there. And the reason why you're not doing them still is because you're not incentivizing your salesperson to help these high anxiety patients who obviously made it a lifetime habit avoiding the dentist because they need implants. Like, you need an emotional motivation on this side to emotionally motivate this person to get over their fear.
Matt, I look at it like a profit sharing of sorts. It's like,
they're bought in.
I'm big on ownership mentality and buy-in. And again, like, in my eyes, I want to be able to reward our team. And it's like, dude, if the office has a killer month, it means the doctors are making more money, the TCs are making more money, and the OMs, they get large quarterly bonuses, and a big part of that bonus is their collections for the quarter. So if office is having a great month, it's helping the OMs get their nice quarterly bonus. And then all of our auxiliary team members, they get bonus tiers, which I think we talked about in another episode, but like, our bonuses for like other employees, it's based on the entire organization. So it's not just based on their office. And there's tiers, and as we actually just increased them again in June because we added another office and added some more part-time doctors. So right now it's like, tier 1 is $2 million for the month. Tier 2 is 2.2, and tier 3 is 2.4. So, everyone, when the offices do better, when the organization does better, when we bring more money in, we've got more cash flow, we've got more profit, we're able to distribute larger bonuses to everyone in the organization. And again, in my mind, I look at it as more profit share. I think some people look at bonuses almost as just like, hey, you're doing a good job, or hey, you showed up, or hey, you didn't miss work. And in a lot of those systems, bonuses can be a detriment to overhead and profit and EBITDA. And I think it's like one or the other. Either dentists like aren't giving bonuses.
Or they're giving bonuses for the wrong things.
Yes, yes.
They're giving bonuses for comfort.
Yep.
They're security blanket bonuses. It's like, here, thanks for showing up on time for a month straight, which is what you should have done anyway. Let me wrap you up in that and thank you.
I've said since day one, because I've had bonus. Now, I'll be honest, my bonus systems when we first started were not great. They've gotten way, 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 way better as time has gone on because I've figured out what I need my bonuses to align with as far as like motivation and performance and all that.
We should do a updated performance-based pay one because we haven't done that in a couple of years. We should do an updated episode about that.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about right now, isn't it?
Yeah, but we should do an in-depth one about positions and bonuses and what your logic is. We should do an in-depth one about how you came to the new conclusions.
I mean, it's pretty simple now, man. It's like I said, if they're the TCs we just explained, doctors adjusted production, OMs quarterly bonus based on KPIs like collections, reappointment rate, things like that. And if they're not one of those positions, they get the organizational bonus based on these different tiers. I guess the only other one is hygiene, but I actually think we did an episode on hygienist bonuses fairly recently. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying like I've learned over the years, but since day one, I have had performance-based bonuses, and I've been of the belief since day one that I want to have some of the best paid dental personnel in the area, but I want them to do it because I want them to be paid that way because they earned it. I want them to be paid that way because the business is able to sustain it. That's where people get in trouble. They set up bonus systems that aren't truly tied to the office doing better and being more profitable. And now you take an office that's already not super profitable and you're dragging down that little bit of profit margin they have because they're giving out bonuses that just don't make sense. So there are consultants I know that are not a believer in bonuses, period. I would say like I'm almost the far end of the spectrum. Like I love bonuses. I love rewarding my team, but I want them tied to specific performance that I know means our business is healthy. So a little bit off tangent here, but TC bonus is great. TCs in general, great. You need to have TCs. To Matt's point, I think a lot of TCs, unfortunately, and I don't mean offense here, but I think a lot of TCs are glorified dental assistants or glorified, front office administration who aren't truly salespeople. You can call someone a treatment coordinator, but that doesn't make them a salesperson. They've got to have sales training. They've got to have sales KPIs that are being tracked and hit. They should be compensated based on some sort of sales commission type structure. And here's the difference it makes, man. I want to just real quick get this out here. So my COO, Manny, is also one of the best salespeople in our organization. He wears a lot of hats, but like one of the things he does is he'll go to an office when a TC is out and he'll sell treatment, and he will typically outperform the normal TC that's there.
Manny's got a personality, bro.
I always joke with him about how he's about to get demoted from chief operating officer to TC because he's more valuable in that role. So we opened the Venice office this week. We scheduled over 100 new patients in the first week it was open, which was pretty cool. Typically we shoot for about 150 in the first month, so I think we're ahead of pace there, I'd say. Although the first week may have been a little extra loaded up. But yeah, over 100 patients first week. First 2 days, Manny is there presenting treatment. First day, he collects $34,000. Opening day, new startup, which he was pissed about because his record was 40,000 and he thought he was going to beat it and he couldn't get the last case closed. Second day, he collected like 15,000. So 2 days, brand new office, he collects about $50,000. Yes, that's correct. Third day they're open. They had a few less patients show up, but still enough. Manny wasn't there presenting treatment because he had to help me with something else. And their new OM Office manager was presenting treatment that day because their new TC, it's again, brand new office, the TC can't start till next week. So Manny's like, yeah, he said he's comfortable. He watched me, I trained with him. Like, let's see how he does. Guess how much that OM collected that third day they were open. So we went from 34 day one, 15K day two. Guess how much day three they collected?
No, talk about killing a winning streak. Gosh, can you even hit that baseball? What are you doing? Are you wasting your at bats? You sitting there, you have a blindfold on, you don't see it coming at you?
Yeah, so Manny's like, yep, obviously he's not going to be presenting treatment at the office anymore. But guys, this is my point. If you just have somebody random from your office, you're like, hey, they're going to present treatment, and they're not a true salesperson, you can have the same doctor, the same office, the same patient demographics, a similar number. Again, I'll give them it. It was probably a few less patients that third day than the first 2 days. But you can have all the stuff the same. The only difference is having a true salesperson versus not having a true salesperson in there. And that can be the difference between $35,000 collection days, $15,000 collection days, and basically $0 collection days. Now, fortunately, we're not sweating it, because $50K in the first 3 days for a new startup's not too bad. I know a lot of startup docs would be happy to collect $50K in the first month they're open. So I think this office is still going to have a great first month. And we've got our chief sales officer there, their second week. Brooke will be there helping their brand new TC. So I imagine they'll have a solid second week there as well. But I wanted to let you guys know, again, some of you don't even have TCs. Some of you have someone that's a TC that's not really a salesperson that probably shouldn't be presenting your treatment. This is one of the most important things I can tell you. This is one of my chief repeating officer things. Guys, go get yourself a real salesperson. Make sure they have sales training. Make sure they're motivated.
Don't hire a dental person. Teach a salesperson dental.
Manny didn't come from dental. He had zero dental.
I didn't come from dental.
Matt didn't come from dental. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Hope this was helpful. Yep. Thanks for listening. As always, I'll do our little ending spiel here today. As always, if you found it helpful, please, guys, just take a minute. I have to hassle, we have to hassle patients to leave us reviews. I have to hassle you guys a little bit. It is super helpful. I know that there are thousands of you listening that have not left us a review. If even like 1% of you guys could go out there today and take 2 minutes and leave us a review, we really appreciate it. I really do. And I'll tell you what, guys, honestly, if you leave me a review and you send me an email later and ask me a question about something, I'm more likely to prioritize trying to get back to you. Because again, I'm not saying like I play favorites, but like my schedule's pretty insane. It's hard for me to get back to people. But like if I saw that you went on there and you left us a review, I'm probably more likely to try to prioritize trying to get back to your question. Because it does. It means a lot. It helps us out. It helps boost our podcast. More people find out about it, which again, our mission is to spread this information and try to help more dentists be successful. So,
hey guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.